You're tuned in to Inside Lowell. Inside Lowell podcast brought to you in part by Washington Savings Bank, serving the greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. Unicare, offering a variety of plans for people insured under the GIC. At Unicare, your health is their top priority. Reverie 73, Lowell's #1 cannabis shop. Elevate your cannabis experience at Reverie 73. Hafner's, heating and cooling homes and businesses for nearly a century. Become a part of the Hafner's family. It kicks. Boston North Company, offering a wide variety of business solutions to help restaurant and retail clients save money. Boston North. And by Mahoney Oil Company, providing warmth and protection to families in Greater Lowell and Southern New Hampshire since 1925. That's Mahoney Oil. And now, time for another Inside Lowell podcast. Inside Lowell. If Lowell is your home, this is your place.
Ciao, and welcome to the Grapefully Yours Wine Podcast. I'm Jim Campanini, co-host of the show with the wine butler, Michael Pigeon.
Good morning,
How are
Jim.
you?
Very well.
Very good. You took another $5 from me.
Well, you let me take the...
Patriots just can't win a game. Okay, well, we're coming to you today from the gorgeous InsideLowell.com studios in downtown Lowell. We have our producer and station owner, Teddy Panos, in the corner. Hi, Teddy. How are you today?
Doing well, guys.
Very good. Thank you. Glad you're doing well. So, Mike, today we're going to continue with the wines that you might consider for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we're on, last time we did French Burgundy and, Pinot Noir. Today we're going to look at two American Pinot Noirs made by the same winemaker. Okay. And that's, I picked these out because they're popular, mass-produced,
Very.
okay, and very, very good. And they're made by Joe Wagner from the Camus family, although he left Chuck Wagner and the Camus family wines years ago to begin developing his own company. And if you remember, he was the creator of Maomi Pinot Noir, which was just went from a 100-case operation that he was making on the side, trying out, experimenting, to selling almost 1 million cases a year when Constellation Brands bought Maomi from him, paid an astronomical amount of money. I think it was at the time $150 to $200 million. But he had to go into exile for a couple of years because he signed a non-compete. Constellation Brands did not want him making any wines to compete with Maomi. They kept him on as a consultant for a couple of years. And then after that agreement was over, he started the Copper Cane Wine Company, right? Mm-hmm. And then he started developing his own wines. And this one is Elouan, okay, which is from Oregon. This came second. The first one was Boen, which is California.
And that took off in second.
Oh, it took off, yes. And always received good reviews, and you could get it. I remember when it first came out, it was selling for around $25 a bottle. Now it's $20 or less. Both of these wines, $20 or less. And Elouan just got reviewed in the Wine Spectator as a smart buy. Mm-hmm. Okay, they gave it, I think it was 90 or 91 points. And I mean, for the money you pay for it,
Good bang for your buck.
$17.99. Yep. I mean, Pinot Noir, very, very good. But I think the contrasting styles are what are important here. Joe Wagner loves Pinot Noir, and he's for the Camus family. He originally was the creator for Belle Gloss, which is one of my favorite Pinot Noirs. They've got several versions, single vineyard. They got the Clock and Telephone Belle Gloss, and then they have Dairyman, which is Belle Gloss. And it was named after his grandmother, I believe. Mm-hmm. Belle was his grandmother's name. They sell it at the Wine Connection. That's where I've seen the best prices for the Messinas have it, but it's usually in the $40 to $45 range. But I've had it several times for Thanksgiving dinner. A very good upscale wine. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money, there is still a lot of good Pinot Noirs out there, both American and the Burgundy from France. I mean, I always like La Crema.
You labeled that a year or 2 years ago as a can't miss wine, and
Yes,
I found it that way. It's always so good.
And La Crema has both California Pinot Noir from Sonoma County, and now they have an Oregon branch, which is very, very good. So there are a lot of good ones out there in your price range. The question is, how much do you want to spend and what I look for? But we're gonna deep dive on these because I find Joe Wagner to be very consistent and a winemaker. So these wines for under $20 won't vary too much from year to year. They've got consistency. They're very good. And I'm going to show. We're gonna open up both bottles, which is rare on this show. We usually open up one so we can taste both and see if there are differences or what, from the California to the Oregon. Oregon, the Elouan is basically from 3 different sites in the Willamette Valley, cool sites. Okay, so the grapes, mature at a different speed. Of course, the Boen and sunny Sonoma County, those get a lot of sunny exposure and stuff. There are areas in Sonoma County that are very cool climate, and Green Valley and stuff like that right outside of Napa. So you get some good fruit in both these places. The question is, what do you like for your palate? And these wines are great with ham dinners, lamb, meat dishes, but you can have them with basically everything. They're food wines. So let's try the Boen first, okay? And see, in the Boen, I say Boen, but it's Boen. Some people say it. You can see the
when you
the
pronounce it
accent.
bone, it's like something you give to a dog.
I know.
Boen.
So let's say Boen, okay?
Boen,
Which
yeah.
means farm in France. That's what it says on the bottle. So look at the
Boen.
color. What do you think of the color for Pinot Noir? What do you think? It's very fresh. These are both 2021s, so recent vintages. You can see that nice dark crimson.
Nice, beautiful on the nose.
Wow, it's very intense.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
Yeah, Pinot Noir, you want a nice fragrant Pinot
In
Noir.
a pleasant way, not something that says,
And you fill all the glasses on the table Thanksgiving, and everybody says, gee, where's the flowers? Because it's got such fragrant, nice Pinot Noir, and you swirl it a little. But that's a beautiful, fresh color. It's got some ruby highlights in there.
Wonderful. Dry. Nice. It's got a beautiful taste.
Now, one thing that Joe Wagner hit on when he started developing his own Pinot Noirs, he knew that palates were changing and that, believe it or not, the American women drive the market. They like their wines a little sweeter. The Chardonnay was big, and he wanted to develop a Pinot Noir. That's why he created Meiomi, that was plush, lush, and had a little ripeness. Not sweet. They don't add sugar to it. They don't add sugar to the wines to make them sweeter. Those are dessert wines. But what they do is they put the ripest fruit that they can, okay? And they usually have a medium, alcohol content level, okay, in them and stuff. But he really did go after that market that make it, oh, wow, you could sip this Pinot Noir anytime. You could drink it anytime. And this wine it's got an elegant taste to it.
And I love the nose. It's not bashful. It really gets up in there right away, and it's very pleasant. Dry, but still.
Interesting when you say about the nose, because when there's when you've got a good glass of wine, you feel it all over in all your senses and stuff. So this Boen regularly sells for $19.99, at least in the store that I saw it at. I was at the Oakdale store in Tewksbury. Very, very nice. A good. What I like about it, they've got a nice transparent way of promoting the wine. They have a lot of stickers to tell you a little about the wine, but they put the prices right up there. Something similar to the Wine Connection and stuff.
Very bold,
and they show you the
it.
difference. You know, regular $19.99. This is on sale now for $17.99. And the only thing is they've got these wooden like boxes style shelves and you've got to look down. You've got to look down to see what are in those boxes, because your eyes are at the shelf level. Marketing, you know, they want to put those brands that they want to push at the eye level. So when you come in the store, and you grab. But when you look down, there's some great deals down there in the bottles. That's what they're promoting right now. But there are some great buys. It doesn't mean because they're hidden.
That's like the Quaid store in Lowell. They had great suits up on the first one. If you went down the basement, they had good suits there for a lower price that people were wanted to get removed.
Yes, yeah. So it's fascinating when I like to go and browse, in a store, and I tell people this. You go food shop and you go clothes shop and you compare prices. If you don't like the price, you go to another store. If you don't like the price at the food store, you go to a different one, whether it's Market Basket, Hannaford. So you do that all the time. Why not do the same for wine? So don't go in there just to say, I'm going to pick up a bottle of wine. Sometimes take some time to browse, because I found a deal that would make everybody proud. My grandmother would be proud of me. My mother would be proud of me. Oh. So I'm browsing the different aisles and stuff, and I come upon the Boen that's for sale, and I said, that'd be a good one to contrast with the Elouan, and I look up on the top shelf, which was fairly cluttered with the large format bottles, the Magnum bottles. And I see this gem. This is a 1.5 liter bottle of Boen. Here's the 750 milliliter bottle. Okay? So there's two of these in one of these. Now, so I look at the price. This is selling retail $19.99, on sale for $17.99. So there's two bottles of that in this. What do you think this big bottle should cost, or would be cost?
Well, almost like a little less than twice as much as a little one.
That's right, exactly. Usually they give you $1 or $2 off to incentivize you to buy the bigger bottle, which has a little more concentration in it because the two bottles are together, more wine together, okay? So you think this would cost about $36, $35, okay? Yeah. I'm looking through the shelf, $24.99. Oh my God, that's a $12 discount right, just off the bat, right? And at the retail price of $19.99, I mean, that's a big, deep discount. So I wanted to make sure it was true. I called the manager over and say, wait a minute, is this a mislabel? I said, because I don't want to go to the register, buy this and find out it's $40 and stuff. And he looks at the price. He says, he checks it with his gun. He says, no, it's $24.99. I says, geez, how can you do that? And he says, well, we get in so many cases of the Boen, and they usually give us 3 or 4 large format bottles, and they tell us, hey, want a discount and urge people to buy them. So you have to be observant when you go in the stores. I mean, with the holidays coming up, Christmas, Thanksgiving, you get 2 bottles for basically the price of 1, And that's what I did. I said, hey, I know a bargain when I see it. So I grabbed the big, large format bottle, and this would probably be on my table for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So be on the lookout. And I know the Wine Connection around Christmas, a couple of weeks before Christmas, will be putting out their large format bottle display. They do a great job, and other wine stores will be doing it. But I don't know anybody who does it better than the Wine Connection.
They do. I've been there on a number
of times. They've got the Prisoner. They've got all kinds of great wines, Camus, and they're usually selling at a big discount. That's the time to buy.
And that's the time you can use it. Yeah.
So look for bargains. Be observant. Compare prices. If you can get 2 bottles of wine for the price of 1,
do it.
Okay. All right. So now, I'm going to pour this out here. We're going to taste the Elouan, which is from Oregon. Different climate, different soils. Sometimes they're volcanic, gravelly. And Oregon now is one of the best places in the world, next to Burgundy in France, to buy a Pinot Noirs. I mean, California still has great Pinot Noirs, but Oregon has come a long, long way. And so this is another of Joe Wagner's creations. Colors are similar, huh?
Very same.
Very dark, right?
Yep. Pinot Noir. Yeah. That's right.
The nose is a little softer. I mean, no, now it's gone. Not that I swirled it. Did you swirl it?
Yeah, but it is soft.
But it's a little spicy.
The other nose is more fulfilling.
Yes, more fulfilling. It had more of that ripe black fruit cherry.
Yeah.
But this is
I'm trying to activate it. Yeah.
This is spicier, and it's like a sweet. Huh?
Yeah. Let me taste
herbs and spices, a little different.
A little smoother. It's not as it almost tastes like a less alcohol content. It probably isn't. I bet they're about the same, but it tastes like.
You see what this is?
Like probably 13 with that.
Good. Yeah, 13.8%. Yeah. And this is 14.6.
Yeah, I could see.
Boy, you are improving under my tutelage, But no, very good point. And it is the texture is a little smoother. Not as bold on the ripe fruit.
Right.
A little more centered.
Yep.
Laid back like a dry, almost like a burgundy type Pinot Noir. But it's got that nice mouth-watering style.
More so.
Yes,
more
more so.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I like the nose of the first wine, but this one here is a little more comfortable on the palate, if you will. It's just a little more, but I still like
a little more peppery too.
Yep.
It's not pepper, but it's spicier. It's spicier at the end.
The hint of spicer, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So once again, 2 different styles. Now, this wine, once again, I'm looking around for the Elouan and their companion. This regularly sold for $17.99 at the Oakdale store. It's on sale for $14.99. Now you go online and look at Elouan. You can get prices across the online internet chains. It could go as high as $30 a bottle. In some places, across America. So $14.99 for a $20 a bottle of wine that usually sells for about $22. That's a pretty good $8 discount. That's a good savings. I didn't see any large format bottles of Elouan. I'm sure they're out there, but what a buy for this. And like I said, Wine Spectator originally had this. I think it was 2 editions back as a smart buy. And they did a review on it and stuff, and it was around 91 points, 92 points. And if you look at the history, Elouan does have quite a few critics that review it and give it good scores. Boen is the same. So same winemaker, but as they say, the terroirs make a difference. The California and then the Oregon. So they're both unique and distinctive in their own right, even though they come from the same winemaker. But the thing that you could really draw from Joe Wagner is that they're pleasurable wines, easy drinking, and you know what? They punch above their weight.
They do. They do.
You know, so very good wines that you could have to grace the table, bring as a gift to Thanksgiving, Pinot Noir, and I think everybody will be very, very happy with either one. This is a little riper, sweeter fruit. And this is more of that, the style that we've come to accustom to from the European Pinot Noirs, even though it's Oregon all the way. Great Oregon wine.
So is that because they're making the wine a little bit different, or just because the land that the vines are growing in that makes?
I think it has the terroir. The terroir means something.
Yeah.
The vines, the three appellations that. That this comes from in Oregon. Nice. And then you have, California is known for its bright, juicy fruits because the weather is so beautiful there. The Oregon it gets sun, but not as much, not that hot, warm sun
like California
sometimes, even though the last couple of years in Oregon and Washington State have been very, very warm. So pick up a bottle of each, decide for yourself, but I think you'll enjoy both of them. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, that was a very, very good point you brought up about being a good shopper. And if you like one of these bottles of wine and you can do a savings, a lot of people say, a bottle of wine is enough for me. But if you're going to drink it every so often, buy it in more quantity to get that. Yeah. If it's a good deal on a sale or something, you like the wine, you've tried it before, it's not going to go to waste. Keep the cap on it. It's good until you use it. Be a good shopper. Be a good shopper.
Yeah, just to get any 91-point wine rated 91 points for $15 or less. That's a steal.
And if you like
right
it,
now it's on sale. Yeah. And like I said, Boen is on sale for $17.99, and it's they're both Joe Wagner creations, and they're both very, very good.
And that is a great Christmas gift also, the big bottle.
The big bottle. Yeah.
Well-known name.
You're going to try to scoop this up from me, aren't you?
Not because it's a big bottle, but it's a good name to it.
Yeah. They always look good on a table for, when you're having a big meal and stuff, too. So consider them. But that was a steal at $24.99. So, Mike, any closing thoughts?
Well, I like your idea about you're going to take the Patriots on the bye week because, but other than that, I'll still take the.
I think they love the Germans, so they're going to win this week in Germany. Who are they playing? The Colts?
The Colts.
Yeah, well, Colts are looking good lately, but I'll stick with the Patriots.
They couldn't beat a donkey, never mind the Colts.
I think pretty soon, if this continues, Bill Belichick might be vying for your job on this show.
I like the guy. He's given us, along with Tom Brady, a lot of such great years. I hope they don't get rid of him midstream.
Yeah.
They're not going to do any better without him this year. Play it out, then do what you have to do.
Maybe he's drinking the wrong kind of wine. He should watch the show.
There we go.
All right.
Happy day.
Until our next show next week, may the wine be with you.
May the wine be with you. And I've got